y'all? How everybody doing today? I'm here with another new video, and as y'all can see in today's video, man, we're gonna be talking about Nikola Jokic versus Joelembiid, who's the better player. Now, like 8 or 9 months ago, on my YouTube channel, what I always used to do was comparing videos. That's literally what it'd be. It'd be, Kyrie versus Steph or Harden versus Kyrie, whatever it was. I was always doing some type of comparing video, and this is back when I just started YouTube, and I guess I have been, I guess I really just like started taking it seriously. But when you think about when you do a lot of those comparing videos, you think about the way that you kind of put one player and you look at his skill set and see how good he is. And I want to say this the right way to get into my point. That's why I'm taking a while here. You look at the first in particular player, and you're usually comparing him to the other player. It's usually not you just putting two players together and you're saying, hey, which one of these players is better. It's usually you have one in particular player that you wanted to talk about, and you're comparing him to this player to see if he matches up to this player yet. Is he there? Is he at that level yet? That is what comparing is. And today here, I am trying to compare Jokic to Embiid, because a lot of people have been, I just can't with some people thinking that Embiid is still better than Jokic. I don't even think it's close. Like, me personally, when I watch Embiid, all I see is a big baby. Like, my little 4-year-old brother, Caleb, does not cry as much as Joel Embiid. Like, all I see is a big baby out there just doing nothing. Like, he just is out there, he shoots some shots, he hits them, but like, all he does is just fly like a little baby. Jokic had something to his game that actually takes, like, I don't know. I mean, yeah, Embiid, it takes still what he has to do. He has to train for a while, but it's like, he's just a big baby. That's all I see when I see Embiid. And when I see Jokic, I see precision, preciseness. I mean, he's just a great all-around, all-time. But before we get into it, I just want to say, make sure y'all go follow my Instagram at CarterMomentMan. Link in the description. I want to be more active on there. I am on there pretty frequently. I just want to, like, I'm going to start doing a little bit more, because right now I'm just posting pictures and stuff on there. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get into the video. So, starting off, when we talk about comparing two players, it is very vital that you have two players that kind of play the same position. I know I did the Steph Curry versus Jokic video 2 videos ago, and that video was kind of like, I was comparing Steph to Jokic, so it was like, I do believe that Steph is the better all-time player, but in the video, I did state that I believe that Jokic is a better player right now, but that I do believe that Steph deserves the MVP due to the fact that Nikola Jokic is not, at the point where his team is winning enough games for him to be back-to-back, because Steph did not get the MVP last year due to the fact that his team was not winning enough games, and I feel like that's a vital thing. If you do it one year and you say a team didn't win enough games, so this player can get MVP, even though he's obviously the best player in the league, do it the next season. Keep it going. I'm the only way I have a problem with something is if you just started like randomly and then you go back to it. If you don't stand by your word, if you make it a thing to where you have to have a good team record to win the MVP, I am not opposed to it. But it's when they let they let Westbrook get the MVP with a team just over 500, and then the next year they say, no, Steph can't do it due to the fact that his team is just over 500. And it's like, I know that happened in 2017, this happens in 2021. But I'm just saying, it's when you're not consistent with your words is when I have a problem with you not giving the MVP to somebody. But if they stay base ground with it, they like, okay, you can get it here, you can't get it here, you can't get it here, you can't get it here, you can get it here. But you can't get it unless your team is a good record. If they do that, I am not mad at it. And so, thinking about this Jokic versus Embiid thing, I don't know if this this is really just comparing two players. I don't think this has anything to do with the MVP. If I wanted to do a video like this, I would have did it last year, because that's when they were both in the MVP race. Embiid's definitely not in it. But the reason that I'm doing this video, and what inspired me to do this video, because I was arguing with somebody on Instagram for a while last night, and he was trying to convince me that Embiid is better than Jokic due to the fact that Embiid's scoring it's better than Jokic's playmaking. And when I thought about it, I was like, that's actually not a bad point. If you're gonna compare two players, you can also, if you're in a jam, you can also say like, hey, this guy's scoring is better than this dude's playmaking, and this dude's a playmaker, and this is the scoring. So doesn't that mean that this player is better? And I was thinking about it, and I was like, but that can't matter, because Jokic is still averaging around the same amount of points as Embiid. And it's like, Jokic is such a good scorer that nobody it's like, or let me rephrase myself. Jokic is such a good playmaker that people don't understand how his scoring is so involved. He's such a great playmaker to where people, when they watch him, they're like, oh, this is the playmaker guy here, and then they realize, hey, he can score too. I didn't know he could score, and it's always overlooked his scoring, but he's still one of the top 10 scorers in the NBA, averaging 27. So it's like, when I think of Nikola Jokic and his scoring department, it's like, we cannot just overlook that like he's not scoring. And then when you talk about Embiid scoring, yes, he can score. He's a great scorer, but his scoring more so comes from fouling, and drawing fouls, and that's how he scores most of his points. And there's nothing wrong with scoring off of that. I don't believe there's anything wrong with that. But still, at the same time, you cannot say that Jokic is a bad scorer because Jokic is a good playmaker. That's not a vital argument. And another reason why Jokic is better, another reason why Nikola Jokic is better than Embiid is due to the fact that he's a smarter player, and smarter players leads to more championships, and more championships, they lead to more experience, and more experience leads to a better player. And right now, that is not a vital thing, but when Jokic does start winning championships, when he will start winning championships. When he does that, that'll put him up there a little bit more. Like, Jokic will be fine. I believe Jokic will be one of the better players of all time, and his scoring, and because I'm saying he'll be fine due to the fact that I know there's a lot of people out there like, hey, why is Jokic not getting this recognition? He will. It will happen. I believe that it will. And if people like me keep doing videos about Jokic, one of these videos is gonna go viral, and I'm telling y'all, everybody gonna be on Jokic. All you gotta do is break down his stats, bro. He's better than every other player in the NBA currently. Like, are we gonna like really admit it now? Are we ready to admit it? Because he is the best player in the NBA. He really is. And there's nobody else is doing what he's doing at the rates. And a person doesn't even have to look at his score. If you just look at his stats are better than any other player's stats. When you watch him play, you may be like, oh well, when I watch Steph play, I see a little bit better, but the stats say it all. So I mean, that's how I'm ending this video off, man. If you like the video, man, like the video, comment, make sure you consider subscribing. It's completely free, can always change your mind later. Really consider commenting, because it does help the video out. When I get a comment, video circles around again. I try to say this every video because it really does help me out when you comment. So let me know what I should do next. And then, yeah, that's gonna be for me, man.